Lakers Nation, what is going on, guys? So, welcome back to the channel with the new video this morning. If you guys don't know who I am, my real name is Sheriff Fields, and I'm back. It's Miss 81. So, a little while ago, I was scrolling on my Twitter page, and I saw like a recent report, according to David Menenum. He's like a insider and stuff like that at the Dunk Central, and it was according to NBA Central on the Twitter page. So, basically, it was saying that the Los Angeles Lakers did reach out to the Atlanta Hawks last season to inquire about the trade for Onyeka Okongwu. And I'm gonna be completely honest, like I'm only finding about this now. I didn't know about it because if that was the case, I would already talked about Onyeka Okongwu last offseason, potentially, joining the Los Angeles Lakers in a trade and covered him. But the fact that this is being talked about now is actually, interesting, right? Now I'm not gonna act like I don't know what's going on in the NBA world and I haven't been, paying attention to the trade rumors, but I did see like a recent report coming out like May 22nd, I want to say, and it was involving Onyeka Okongwu, pretty much appearing to be a player that the Lakers have had interest in going back to, the trade deadline. So maybe they do re-engage, and what you just do is negotiate. Now, I do believe the Atlanta Hawks do want to keep Onyeka Okongwu. He's took the next leap. He's their, next center. Obviously, that's why they don't want to keep, you know, their backup center and Clint Capella. They've been trying to trade him around the trade deadline, but they just didn't. So he's going to be a free agent this summer. I do believe there will be teams that show interest in him. And the Los Angeles Lakers, there was like a report coming out that they can pay him at least the taxpayer MLE worth about like $5.7 million. So I think the Lakers just, be patient. You wait out on him. Maybe you go after Nick Claxton. He's more realistic. Robert Williams, Time Lord. But we all know my dream target is Walker Kessler, but it's going to come down to the asking price. Danny Ainge still won't come off those two first-round picks. But the players that I didn't mention before that is just more realistic. Now, like, let's say the Atlanta Hawks were willing to entertain a trade for us to get Onyeka Okongwu, then we're probably going to have to give up a lot. Maybe Dalton Connect because he's a first-round pick last year, 2024, 17th, right? You're probably going to have to give up your 2031 first-round pick and maybe Rui Hachimura, but he's going on to contract year, or actually, he has like a expiring deal. He's going to be a free agent, and next season he's going to be making around like $18.2 million. So, can he maybe negotiate, expand the trade, get Dyson Daniels? Obviously, he made all first team defense this year, so one of the better perimeter defenders in the league. He was part of the DeJounte Murray trade from the New Orleans Pelicans last offseason, and he improved. I'm pretty sure he won like most improved player this season, so shout out to him, but I think they don't want to get rid of him. They're probably going to keep him, and they just traded for a center in Kristaps Porzingis from the Boston Celtics in that three-team trade, so they're going to have a logjam. You still got Jalen Johnson, but he's more of a four. He's a power forward, but Onyeka Okongwu, he's like a power forward center. He's 24 years of age. He's young, but Luka Doncic would actually make him look good because he's what we need. Like, exactly, he's a lob threat. Also, Luka Doncic is young too. He's 26 years of age, so pretty much you can have Onyeka Okongwu for like the next, decade. So I think it's very interesting. Onyeka Okongwu is like listed at 6'10". He's not legit, 7-footer, but he's a little bit undersized. I'm looking at his contract, right? His terms, 4 years. He does have 3 years left, but the terms is $61.9 million contract. His average salary, he's making around $15.4 million next season, but he'll be making around $15 million, and he'll become unsecured free agent in 2028. So you're talking, next 3 seasons. So if you expand the trade and ask for Dyson Daniels, like, I doubt it, but if he can at least entertain that, then I would do it, because I'm not giving up Rui Hachimura, Dalton, and a first-round pick just for one player and Onyeka Okongwu. But if you could get him and another piece, then I'm willing to do it. Would you guys do it? Let me know in the comment section. How do you guys feel about that? Because Rui Hachimura is making $18.2 million. Dyson Daniels is making around $7.7 million, and Dalton makes around $4 million. So the contract would just work, and the trade would go through. But I just want to show you Onyeka Okongwu's, stats this season overall. This is his 5th year. He's from, USC. He did play college over there. But, so he's pretty familiar with, LA and, the community and stuff like that. So He did average around 13.4 points per game, 8.9 rebounds, 2.3 assists, shooting 56.7% from the field, 74 games played, 40 starts, playing around 27.9 minutes a night. And he did shoot around 75.9% from the free throw line, so he could pretty much near it out to 76% on 2.9 attempts. Now, he could space out the floor a little bit. Like, he's not a great three-point shooter. Like, I wouldn't want him taking more than 3 attempts, but he did take around 2 attempts a season, shooting around 32.4% from the three-point line. He's a career 32.2% three-point shooter. Now, I will say his first 2 seasons, entering the league, he didn't take any threes until his, 3rd season, 4th, and then now his 5th season, right? But he's definitely a solid player that I would, look after. But Lakers fans, NBA fans, general, you guys let me know in the comment section. How do you guys feel about Onyeka Okongwu? Would you guys personally take him in a trade? Or would you rather go for like a Walker Kessler? Even though I don't think that's realistic, there's other options that are more realistic. Like, the Lakers are very limited assets, so they have to look at what's possibility. But the Lakers do have expiring contracts, and I feel like the Atlanta Hawks had, the risk, or made sense to take the risk on a player like Kristaps Porzingis, because they're young, they're not trying to win anything. Like, if the Lakers try to trade for, Kristaps Porzingis, because I've been seeing in plenty of, trades and stuff like that, rumored to the Los Angeles Lakers, then it wouldn't make too much sense, because, like I said, the Lakers are very limited in assets. But Onyeka Okongwu, I also forgot to mention how much he does weigh. I only listed his height, but he does weigh about 240 pounds. So he has some, good size. It's not like he weighs about 250, 260, or 265, or 270, but he's still a solid player. And I do believe he's still their, franchise center. But if I'm the Lakers, then I'm possibly looking at a Clint Capella, in free agency, maybe a Brook Lopez, if like everything else fails. But, Rob Pelinka is not sleeping at night. We could see it in the interviews after the Lakers did make their draft selection, and he was at the Lakers facility. And the Lakers are not done working. He doesn't have his, work cut out. So I believe the Lakers are going to trade for a starting level center. But we'll see, man. So I'll definitely update you guys on some more Lakers content if we get more. But yeah, man, I'm out of your piece. Cheers.